So let's begin section 9.1 by looking a little bit more at our sample mean. There's three characteristics of the sample mean that we want to talk about. Our first one is accuracy. Accuracy, and our second one, precision, should look familiar. We've talked about them in previous chapters. Right, so accuracy, the sample mean is unbiased when estimating the population mean. In other words, on average, the sample mean is the same as the population mean. Our second characteristic, precision. The precision of the sample mean depends on the variability in the population. The more observations we collect, the more precise the sample mean becomes. And then the third one, our probability distribution. The sampling distribution can be thought of as a distribution of all possible sample means that would result from drawing repeated samples of a certain size from the population. Again, so this directly ties back into things that we've seen in the previous chapters. So we're going to talk a little bit more about these characteristics on the next page of our notes here. All right, so accuracy and precision, again, not new definitions, but now we're focusing on them for means rather than proportions. If mu represents the mean of the population, and if sigma represents the standard deviation of the population, then the sample mean, if based on a random sample, is unbiased when estimating the population mean. The standard error of the sample mean is going to be sigma divided by the square root of n. So when we're looking at these, we're going to be using our standard error formula as we go through and we get into and kind of talk about some different things in the next sections. As sample size increases, the sample mean becomes more precise. So this is definitely one thing that we do want to highlight. We've seen when we were doing things in the past and we were checking our conditions for our central limit theorem, our sample size was important, and this is one of the reasons. As the sample size increases, the sample mean becomes more precise. All right, so thinking about our sampling distribution. Right, when the mean of the sampling distribution is the same value of the population mean, we say that the statistic is unbiased. The standard deviation of the sampling distribution is called the standard error. Right? Again, as we're looking at this, as the sample size increases, the standard error decreases. Right? So as our sample size is getting larger, our sample mean is becoming more precise, and as our sample size is getting larger, our standard error is also decreasing. So again, a couple of things to kind of tie into things that we've seen in previous chapters and things that are going to impact kind of our decisions and our results as we go through the different types of problems in this chapter as well.